Hi there, I'm Angela. Welcome to another episode of Friday Sews. Hey all, thank you so much for stopping in to kick off your weekend with me. I know you guys are well aware of the Friday Sews and what it means, but in case you're new here or to the concept, Friday Sews is a video series that's done by a whole collaboration of the sewing YouTubers and our viewers, where we kind of hang out with each other, hopefully on Friday, but sometimes it could be Saturday or Sunday before some of us get our videos out. Guilty. I'm actually posting this on the actual Friday today, so I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things. Anyway, we kind of look back at our past week, how everything went, what did we accomplish in our sewing room, what happened in the rest of life, what our plans are for the week coming up. But once again, I thank you guys for joining me. It's so much fun to kick off my weekend with you. And of course, big shout out, thank you to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, who is like the creator or the mother of the Friday Sews. I'm so thankful that she has given us all this opportunity, whether we're making a video, watching a video, doing both, for us all to come together. So thanks, Jen. So just a little bit of housekeeping before we jump into sewing and life. I do have a little bit of update for you guys on how my Stash Sew Down 2023 is going. I have finished, I've got some notes here that I'm looking at. I finished garment number 3. That was the best. So that's 3 out of 34 that I'm striving to make this year. I think my track record's kind of not going as fast as I would like for it to go, but that's okay. And if you missed the video where I talked all about my plans for sewing down my stash this year, I'll put a link right up here or maybe below in case you're interested and want to go back and watch that. So we'll jump right into sewing. Now, this is my first Friday Sews in 2 weeks. I didn't do one last weekend. I just kind of feeling like a little rundown, like I just needed to chill and take any pressure off. So it's been 2 weeks, and the only thing that I've actually finished was this vest. And of course I did a whole video on that. I'll put that link up here in case you're interested. I have started on my next make, which is a Butterick top, B4133. I'm sure you guys, if you've seen my last few videos, you've seen this before. So it's nothing really new. And I won't go into too many details about the pattern because I will do, a pattern review when I'm all done. I may or may not do a pattern review. Here's the line drawings. I'm doing view A. This is a little bit of an older pattern. Let's say 2004. Yeah, it's pretty old. So I don't know how readily available this is, so I may not do a pattern review, but I will, go over some basics and do a reveal of the top when I'm finished with it. So just got the pieces cut out, and in addition to taking a break from videoing, I'm kind of taking a break from sewing, but that'll change this weekend. For a brief moment, I thought, oh my goodness, I've lost my Sojo. And maybe I did, but just for a brief moment, it'll come back. It always does, doesn't it? Sometimes we just need some R&R to kind of let ourselves not to do and think about other things than sewing, as hard as that is to believe. But the only kind of 2 things that I have done related to sewing, I had to go to Joann's to get some thread for this gauze that I'm using to make that Butterick top. So I got some thread. I know that's a real big accomplishment there. But while I was there, I took a look at their patterns, and they were having, the only real sale they were having was on New Look patterns. And I do keep a little bit of a running list of patterns that I'm interested in, whether it's Big 4 or independent. I keep that in a list app on my phone, so if I'm ever in the mood or have extra money to buy a pattern, I'll know kind of what's been on my radar for a while. So I did pick up a New Look pattern. I think that New Look patterns generally, their average price, at least here in the States, what they go for when they're not on sale, is $3.99. I got this one for, I think it was marked down to $2.49. So it's a pair of jogger/cargo pants. It is New Look N6745 men's and women's cargo pants. They are, let's see, meant to be Well, it doesn't have to be a knit fabric. You can use a cotton blend, nylon, ponte, sweatshirt, fleece, terry knit. So yeah, I kind of like that. I love cargo pants. Cargo pants and yoga pants are pretty much what I live in, unless I have a need to dress a little bit nicer. I love pockets, so what can you say? So I did pick that up, and that's all, like the sewing update. This might be a real quick video because I don't have much else to update you guys on. I've just been like totally chilling out. Let's see, we'll jump over into life. I finished up with my physical therapy that I was doing for my knees, and I am still doing the exercises on my own, and also still going to my yoga classes. So those two things in conjunction with each other, I feel like are going to be really good for strengthening up the muscles around my knee and for flexibility. And I am seeing improvements. The therapist did tell me that if I'm consistent with doing my exercises and stretches, that it could take several months, like maybe up to 6 months before things seem kind of back to normal. So because I'm seeing small improvements, I'm hopeful that I will get back to normal. Yeah, so that is about it. I've just been chilling in the evenings. Hubs and I started watching a new old series, new to us, but it's an old series in the evenings when we're just kind of hanging out together. And we might each kind of be doing separate things, like on our laptops or iPads or whatever, and have the TV kind of going in the background. We started watching that old series from maybe late 70s, early 80s called Heart to Heart with Robert Wagner and Stephanie Powers. Do you guys remember that show? I remember watching that as a kid and as like a young teenager, and I totally loved that show. And so I kind of talked Hubs into watching it. He never had really watched it much back in the day. So he was, okay, let's give it a try. Let's just watch 1 or 2 episodes and see if it kind of holds up, if it's still good, or if it's just way too corny because it's so old. It's pretty good. I mean, it is like a little bit corny in a way, but we're both really thoroughly enjoying it. And we more recently mostly know Robert Wagner from his role on NCIS as Anthony DiNozzo Sr., if you guys watch that show. So it's really fun to go back and look at his older work. You can still tell it's him, of course, a younger version of him. But it's been fun watching it. So I think we're maybe 3 or 4 episodes in so far, and we're planning to keep going with the series. That's about it in life. You can't think of anything else really, nothing big going on. I do have a featured channel to share with you guys, and this channel was suggested by one of you guys. And I took a look at some of their videos, and I could see why you like it. It's called the Social Hour Podcast, and I do have some notes kind of straight in front of me, so if I'm looking down, I'm just checking my notes. It looks like they started in September of 22, and they're up to maybe 22 or 23 episodes. And this is actually not just it's a YouTube channel / podcast. So you can listen to it, just listen to it as a podcast on whichever app you use for podcasts, or you can watch it on video. And so they're Ashley and Bethany. They're 2 very accomplished sewists that do this. They do kind of a wide variety. Sometimes it's just the 2 of them talking about what they're working on. Oftentimes they have somebody on that they're interviewing. So that's really good and interesting too. I really find them to be kind of like a breath of fresh air. So it's real I love watching like the younger sewists and younger YouTubers, just because I feel like it kind of helps me keep my finger on the pulse, and also it helps me to have kind of a younger like mindset too, and not feel too like stodgy and set in my ways. It brings like fresh life to sewing for me, so I love that. And one episode I want to point out in particular, I'm still kind of in the middle of it. I want to say it was like an hour-long episode. Episode 21, called Love Your Sewing Space. And what they had done was ask their listeners and or viewers to share pictures of their sewing spaces and tell a little bit about it, so then Ashley and Bethany could present it on their YouTube channel. And it is so good. I love seeing other people's sewing spaces, and I know I have yet to do a studio tour of my sewing space, but it's on my radar for this year. I'll definitely do that. I feel like it's only fair because I love kind of peeking into other people's sewing spaces and to get inspired, get great ideas, and it's just fun. So it's really been fun to kind of look at their viewers' sewing spaces and hear them talk like a brief description about it. And yeah, also one other thing about their YouTube channel. So say they do like episode 21, then it looks like what they do after that is they'll do like 3 videos of segments from that video. So like shorter little 8 or 9 minute segments that they pull out of that original video. So on their channel, it looks like their YouTube channel, it looks like they have way more than 22 or 23 episodes. But from what I can tell, it's because they'll pull out little clips from each one. Maybe if you just want to see a short little clip and it's all you have time for, you can just watch one of those little segments, and it's kind of fun without having to commit like 30 minutes or an hour or something into watching the whole thing. So yeah, I'll put a link to their channel below and highly encourage you guys to check them out. Once again, it's called The Social Hour Podcast, and social is spelled S-E-W-C-I-A-L. So yeah, go give them a look. And if you have any other channels that you would like for me to feature, I would love to do that. What I love to do is to find like newer channels, like newer than mine, or in the past 6 months to a year, I guess, and kind of feature them and present them to you guys, so you guys can, you might not have heard about them, so it kind of might give you something new to watch, and also it might help out the channel get some more viewers. So I love doing that. And so if you know of any other good ones, like up and comers, new channels, let me know in the comments below, and just say hi in the comments below. I miss talking with you guys. Sorry this one's pretty short. Maybe next Friday sews, I'll have some progress to share with you on this. My weekend's shaping up to be kind of busy with social engagements, which is unusual for me. So I am going to try to squeeze in as much sewing as I can. Now I feel like I'm getting my sojo back. Yeah, and I guess I will talk to you then. I'll talk to you later. Bye.